Welcome in, everyone. If you're new here, my name is Jane. We have 3 cards here to pick from. You can pick more than one card. Whichever one draws your attention, that's your main message. All sessions are timeless, and just take what resonates. And that begin. Welcome in, Group 1. Okay, so you have chosen surrender. I can release my need to control. So let's see what else is going on here. And I pulled out some tarot cards already. So let's see here. Let's do them in order. Okay. You're very intellectual. You like learning new things. You could be a student or some kind of apprentice. You have a big thirst for knowledge here. You could have a lot of like ideas and okay. With the Eight of Wands, it's in reverse though. There could be some kind of instability going on or some kind of delays. Your energy could be like unfocused, or you're looking in a different direction. There's some kind of like hesitation or maybe burnout. Maybe you're burning the candle at two ends. And here with the Knight of Wands, you know, that's weird because it has like, this is in reverse, the Eight of Wands is in reverse, but then the Knight of Wands, this is all about taking inspired action. Some kind of adventure maybe. You know, this is all about like passion and pursuing dreams. It's a fast energy too, and it's all about like enthusiasm and courage. So it just seems weird that the Eight of Wands, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe perhaps somebody is you know, causing some drama or something, which is kind of pulling your, you know, maybe there's some kind of housing issue or okay, I'm not really sure. I'm going to keep going here. They want me to pull out one card here to read to you at the end of this reading here. I release the need to control. Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe it's the control thing. Oh, what's this? This one. Number 45. Look at that. I don't think I've ever seen that card before. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. I'm just going to set that aside and let's just move on. Okay, Spirit, where do you want to begin? Okay. Okay. They want me to bring out some of these archetype ones here. Find out what's going on. So what is this Eight of Wands about? Okay. You know, the course that you're taking or the adventure that you're planning on heading towards, I think that could just be like a really fast-paced type of like course or apprenticeship or something, but something is causing some kind of delay. I don't know if you're waiting or it's vehicle trouble or family issues, housing issue. I'm not really sure here. Let's find out here. Come on, Spirit. What do you want here for this group? What deck do you want? God's on the bottom here. Let's see. It's the shadow attribute. Disposition and cruelty, using power to control people. You know, and they brought up control again. I wonder if this is somebody that you're dealing with that is controlling. Because that's control twice. Okay, so what deck do you want here? Okay. All right, so what's going on here with the Eight of Wands? Oh, marriage, but it's in reverse. Family problems. Okay. So I take it we're reading these in reverse, are we, Spirit? A journey, either physical or mental. You know, with the Knight of Wands, too, that's all about pursuing some kind of adventure. So you might have to travel. Maybe the person that you're with is... okay, what's surrender, Spirit? Okay, they're asking not for this deck. Okay, for surrender, who's this? Okay, so who's in the control thing here? Oh, I don't know how to take this up or down. Accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. So it has to do with money, clearly. Accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Oh my, this is pretty intense here. We have healer in reverse on the bottom. Taking advantage of those who need help. Failing to care for oneself. Okay. Okay, so what's the Page of Swords here? Okay, let me switch around. What's the Page of Swords? Oh my gosh, look at that. The light. That's the Star. See how she's got her hand holding on to all these ideas? And then you have these, the birds that seem to be like swirling around her. And then you have the light here with her reaching for the stars. Like, I think your dreams are really big. And I'm pretty sure this is the star card that's in the tarot. I think that whatever you want to pursue... Oh, that's the Sun card. You know, whatever you want to do, I think it's the best thing for you, because it's showing here, like with the prostitute card, with the light attribute, it accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. So you're not willing to... I think maybe that I think you have like a choice to make. And I don't know if the choice is about your marriage or if the choice is about the finances, or it could be both, because I mean, if a marriage, if you choose to follow this adventure that you want to go on, it could cause your marriage to fall apart. And of course, with that, it's going to cause like money issues, right? The thing is, though, you see how she's like on her tippy toes here, like walking across this sword from one cliff to the other cliff, even though she's taking very methodical steps ahead, with the sun card coming out underneath, like the light is always going to be guiding you. So the light is always going to shine on whatever you need to know, like whatever choice you need to make. Okay, so what is this Eight of Wands here? Okay. Let me move these over just a smidge here. Okay, so let's find out here who this Eight of Wands is, or what's this Eight of Wands, because there's somebody attached to this Eight of Wands that's in reverse that's delaying your progress or your decisions or something to that effect here. But you need to surrender whatever control. Okay, Ninja, Master Self, Shadow Walker, and Bishadu. So you notice that comes right out next to the sun. So whatever is going on, the sun is going to illuminate that path. So somebody is like doing something that is a little on the sneakier side, I think. And that actually came in reverse, this card. So this person thinks they're a ninja. They think whatever they're doing is very, tiptoeing around, coming into your blind spot or whatever. But I don't think that, look, and then you have the Fool, ignorance, rush, and impulsiveness. Maybe that's what they think you are, that you're being impulsive. But this journey here keeps, it keeps coming out about this journey. Okay, is there anything else here? Community, neighbors, team, connection, society, cooperation. You're going to have the support, especially where it comes out under the Knight of Wands. Look, and the Fool's still on the bottom. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's get a few more of these here to see what's going on. All right. Okay, so what is this journey? Not on successful plans. Yeah, I think this has to do with this person. I'm pretty sure this has to do with a marriage here that's on the rocks. Okay, what else do they need to know here, Spirit? Birds flying. News is on the way. Notice how it came out here on the sun. I'm pretty sure that you're going to find the direction you need. Because I was just saying earlier how the sun is always going to light your path. But you are taking clear, decisive steps. I think once you get through this, you're going to find all this inspired enthusiasm, right? Because I think you're going to find your community. You just need to release the control there. Beetle. Good fortune. Exactly, Spirit. Okay. Oops. Card flew out here. Yeah, Caterpillar. Things will not be easy. Will not always be. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yeah, I think you're going to look at this. And on the bottom is ear. And what does it say again? Good news. And then this one is like, news is on the way. Yeah, you're going to be hearing some good news. I don't know about this marriage, though. Is there anything else here? The Wheel. Indecisiveness. Allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Yeah, you're having a hard time making a decision here. Oh, look, a unicorn on the bottom. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Family is sorrow. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. I'm pretty sure that's, this marriage thing is causing you to, it's what's delaying you. That's what it is. The family sorrow, the marriage here. Okay, can we give them any advice of what to do or how to make their decision other than using their intuition? Because, see, the thing is, like, to use your intuition, you have to be in a very calm and a state where you can tune in to get the right answers. Because if you're in like a fear-based, like indecisive type thing, negative energies can influence you and not give you, like, it'll be like false guides, you know what I mean? Okay, let's see here. Is there anything from this that would help? Okay, what's the surrender? So we have inheritance here, and we have fertility, which is children. I can hear my dog whining. So, and then you have the weeping willow. So you could have a lot of people upset about these decisions that you need to make. But you have to follow your own heart, right? It just came up polygamist or polyamorous. I wonder if that's what's causing the marriage problems here. Okay, because you have family sorrow, you have the children, you have the weeping, my dog's whining. Hold on, let's see here. Let's pull from one of these here. Okay, what kind of advice can we give them here? On the bottom is support from a guardian angel. Surprise, joy guides. It just keeps coming up that you're going to have a lot of joy. You notice it popped out here. You have support from guardian angels. See, and this is what they were saying about your intuition, like pause for the higher self. Look, and then you have change underneath that, which is, again, your higher self and a butterfly. And you already have a cocoon out here. You already have a caterpillar here. And now you have another butterfly. You really need to tune into your higher self. And then here you have work with helper guides. With helper guides, it's, let's see here. Yeah, so you get 12 and then you got 13. I think once you make this choice, I think you need to make this choice about this. You need to make a change about this situation here. And then you have work helper guides, and that comes right out on this this one here. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull out one of these here. Oh yeah, I just realized, look, this is still in a chrysalis. This has not come out of the caterpillar stage yet. So you're still in that. So you have two caterpillar references here. Things will not always be this way. Yeah. Breathe in, practice breath work today on the bottom here. All right, let's see. Is there a card here that you want to give them some? Yeah, I think you need to find yourself like some place that you can pause and try to turn your mind off for a little while. And yeah, oh, okay, I understand what they're saying here, because they keep bringing up about the enthusiasm and the joy here. It comes right on this. I think what they want you to do is put yourself into a joyful emotion, like try to find something that really makes you happy. And in that happy state, that's when you go into check in with your higher self. And that's where you're going to get your answers, and you'll get the correct answers, because if you're in a low vibration, you're not going to be able to get those correct answers, because you'll have false guides coming in and manipulating the situation. Okay, here, let's see here. Let's look for, okay. Message here, Spirit. It is never truly the end. Beloved, in this, everything will be okay. All right, so they're telling you to breathe and that everything is going to be okay. So get into this happy energy here, and then connect with your intuition. Okay, so we have number, what is it? 45. You know, 45 breaks down to a 9, and a 9 is a completion. So something is definitely coming to an end here. 35. Protective oh, wrong one. Oh, that was 45, sorry. Let's see here. Look at this, 45. I've never read this card before. A loving invitation to universal wisdom. You know, and you notice how I put it right out on your higher self? Okay, let's see here. There are some things that human intelligence cannot manage to resolve, and an invitation to universal wisdom will be the best course for obtaining the most desirable outcome of all, or for all. Look at that. We already got that message too. Here is a simple statement for invoking such wisdom for any matter of concern. So do this. I call upon the unconditional love of the universe as my guide, protector, friend, and witness. I now release the surrender. I can release my need to control. Look at that. I can now release anything or anyone attempting to influence me away from unconditional love and the trust in highest wisdom. I call into my body, mind, and heart the presence of true wisdom. And then you have like this ninja here under the 8 of Wands. Okay. Let's see here. I call into my body, heart, and mind the presence of true wisdom. I choose to give up the drama and judgment, and to the best of my ability, become a channel for compassion and wisdom. May spiritual grace more than compensate when my capacity or action falls short of what can be best serve. Short of what can best serve the spiritual benefit of all beings. You know, and then you have everything will be okay. So that's what they're saying. Like, you know, again, just like I was talking about. Wow, Spirit. So I think that's what it is. You need to release this individual here because they're delaying you. Okay, that's all I have for you. So I don't know. I wish I could give you more information, but that's all I can get. And with that, Spirit, yeah, like I see, they're actually talking about here, like this is about planting those seeds, right? And then you're gonna be the one to water them. All right. Okay, Spirit, that's it. It is. All right, so I hope this finds you well, and I'm going to send you all my love and light, and I hope you are able to come to that conclusion that you need for yourself, for your family, for everyone involved. And with that, I'm going to bid you a good day. So, bye everyone. Welcome in group 2. So you've chosen happiness. So, let's say here, happiness. I am aware that being happy means I am on the right path. Okay, let's see. I already... Ooh, moon in reverse. Yikes. Okay. Then we have the Fool and the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, let's see here. All right. So with the moon reversed here, this is about some kind of fears. Something could be blocking you because of fears. But the Fool card is like, you're completely ready to make that next step. But the moon card also is about like some kind of misinterpretation or some kind of inability to process maybe spiritual or mystical experiences, some kind of mental confusion or something. Even anxiety could be involved here. But the Fool card also is about having like that innocence. So maybe you just don't have the education or something. Because the Seven of Wands in reverse, this is like about misunderstandings and not having energetic boundaries. Because you see how like when she's like, this is like a really spiritual, type energy, right? But where it's in the reverse, it's giving me the impression that there's some kind of lack of preparation or some kind of misunderstandings going on, maybe giving up. Because the moon in the reverse is all about like misinterpretations. Maybe you're not able to understand the energies or something. It's not just about being happy. I mean, being happy is like great, but if you're in some kind of fear, maybe you're swinging back and forth. Maybe you're happy and then you keep, because of the pendulum. Okay, I think maybe what's going on is that you're happy and a lot of times, but what's happening is when you get into like a fear state, you kind of get stuck in that fear state, and that's where you're doing all the giving up. So when you're like in the happiness, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go, let's do this. And then you get like the pendulum swings into the negativity, which, I mean, that's how it's supposed to work anyway. I mean, it's, how the universe is, right? But if you're getting stuck in fear and anxiety, that's where you're going to be misinterpreting any kind of messages. And that's what's probably bringing in all this mental confusion. And then that's why you feel like, but you could be energetically, not having energetic boundaries too. So there could be something that's causing the fear. Okay, let's move on here. Okay, so we're going to, Spirit wants to bring out one of these cards here to read to you at the end. Okay. Okay, Spirit. You're going to bring out a card here. They usually have me cut the deck, but the last group, they... Whoa, that's pretty. Okay, let me just move this aside. Okay. So we have number 18. And look at that. We have moon. The 18 is the moon. And then we have 18 again. You know, an 18 breaks down to a 9, so there could maybe this will bring some kind of completion. I see a lot of like circles here, like you got the circles with the dolphins, you have the moon, you have like this circle here in the water. You also have like this globe, like she's in like this spiritual globe. And I think that's what it is. Like you need to have some kind of spiritual, energetic, your aura needs to be protected somehow. Okay, so let's just find out what's going on here. Okay, so where do you want to go, Spirit? This. Okay, let's start with this one here. Okay, like how that flew. Let it go. Let go of all that no longer serves you. Let go of the past. Okay, that's what's putting you into this, and underneath that was today is the day. It's time to begin the journey. Okay, so clearly you have, I just realized, I've been trying to figure this card out since I've gotten this deck. Every time I come out, I never knew what it was, but I think it's a person that's laying face down and they're hiding their head. I think that's what that is. It's all the pain that they're going through. So you get number 23 here and then 21. See this, see these light figures here that are, I think these might be guides. Too, they have these, the flowers here. These flowers, I can't remember. I can never remember the name of them. Pond lily. We always called them pond lilies when I was growing up, but I know there's a different name for them. They, they have to like struggle out of that mucky water to get to the sun, right? So I think that's what it is. I think that's what's happening is when you get into this negative type mind thinking. So it's whatever's going on from the past is still plaguing your current. Okay. So let's find out a little bit about what's going on with that here. Let's see here. Okay, so what is going on with the past here? Okay, they're asking me to yeah, look, on the bottom here is educator, a mentor, or guide. I think that's what the right path is going to be, because I am on the right path. If you had some kind of educator or mentor to help you, they were asking me to bring out one of these here. It's another tarot deck. Well, representations of the tarot. Okay, so what is this here? This happiness. Accelerated motion. Exactly, because that's what the throat chakra, this is all about your voice. I notice there's a lot of blue in here too. You might not be speaking your truth either. Okay, so I think that's what it is. I think you need, the happiness will give you an accelerated motion forward. Wishing upon a star. Could be wishing upon a star. And you have the moon here. Oh, that's where you want it. Because with the moon card, like the stars come out when the moon is. So I think you could be wishing, you could have been wishing upon a star here. That's why the throat came out. You're making wishes. They're saying to choose wisely, though. Okay. Okay, so what's going on with the Fool? see here. What's going on? Fool card. When you're ready. No joke. Look, a leap of faith. The leap of faith is basically the Fool card. But it's there's a guardian angel. And I was just saying here, I think those are guides here in this card. Okay, see how they, with the Seven of Wands, where it's in reverse here? And I was saying how you don't seem to have some kind of energetic protection or something, which can actually put you, it exposes you to false guides. So you really need to be careful with that. So it's saying here, find some solitude for your higher self. And you see how, like, she's in the middle here. Like, this is like your higher self that you're trying to connect to. But see this aura? See this gold light that she's got herself surrounded in? And then, do you know what I mean? So you really need to protect yourself. And you have like number 7 in reverse, and then you have number 8 comes right out underneath it. Okay, so what does this let go? What's this one again? Well, spiritual seeker. And then you have the healer of ailments, treatment, surgery, diagnosis, compassion. Okay, so you might need to like give yourself some compassion. Devotee of the inner path, meditation, insight, and practice. Yeah, I guess this is where, like, just don't give up, because like this card here is saying that you're giving up. You get the Fool, and then you get the leap of faith, because the Fool card is like the leap of faith, right? Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Okay, what else? What is going on with the Starlight? It's my dog. She's whining or whimpering or something. Okay, so where was I again? Okay, yeah. Okay, what do you want for happiness here? What is this happiness? Oh, a flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. You are on the road to success. Then you have lightning. And see, it looks like there's light popping out of the sky here. Control your anger or you'll be sorry. Owl, good advice from a wise person. See, this is what I was talking about, about having like some kind of educator. So you could have like an anger issue, and that could be what's putting you into this negative. Ooh, look at that. And we get the moon again. Changes in your life. So this letting go. Make changes in your life. Yeah, letting go of the past and problems to be resolved. And then you have on the bottom, you have elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Okay. I wonder if you need to seek some kind of counseling or something. Okay, we're going to try a couple of these, see what comes out here. Okay, is there any other messages here? Is there anything else this group needs to know? A tribe. Well, educator. Okay, what's going on here, Spirit? Look at this. You have healer again. An herbalist. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think you need to see somebody because, you know, you have that twice. You have a doctor, which is a healer of ailments, and then you have a healer or an herbalist again. But it has also faith healer, doctor, or what is this on the bottom? A midwife, yeah. Okay, is there anything else here? Whoa. Oh. Okay, yeah, okay. See, this is a blank card here, but the word trauma jumped out at me when I flipped it over and set it aside. So you have some kind of trauma that's going on internally here. Okay, so is there anything else that professional? Okay, so I think you need to find some kind of professional to help you sort out whatever is going on internally. But you need to find somebody that is not going to be, you know, because this card actually came out. When it came out, it came out so that it was upside down. And when it's upside down, it's cult. So I think if you're going to find somebody, you know, some kind of professional of some sort, like some type of healer, find somebody that is not going to think you're like, that they're also spiritual, you know what I mean? So that they, you know, they have some of the same values you do, because otherwise it's going to make you feel worse in the end, right? Is there anything else here? Oh, one more. Forced underground. You see how she's really upset? And it comes out here, and you have let it go. I think that you could be some type of healer or something, but you're hiding it, or you feel like people are going to think that you're some kind of cult leader or something. And then underneath that, look, it's hermit. Yeah, you're forced underground. I think you're in some kind of, you're hiding or something. You know, you got the elephant too, which is all about, it's a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Okay. Oh my God, look, and right underneath that is spiritual questioning. Like I said, that's what I think is going on. Like, I think you're questioning, but you're a truth seeker. Because this is all about, like, investigation, spying, questioning of authority. And the spying is here with not having that energetic protection. Okay, Spirit, what do you want them to, what can we do to help them here? Hold on, they're going to have me pull out a deck here. They just got to show me which one they want. I have so many decks. I have to find the deck they're asking for. Okay. I was going to bring out one of these here. There's something in this book. They want me to read you that card too. Okay. They want me to pull out one of these, and then they have another deck too. They want me to pull out a crystal deck that I have here, and then there's what else here do you want? You know, they keep bringing up about the educator, doctor, a healer, because you're questioning your spiritual. Look, green, revitalize your nervous system. Okay, there's something here about this, your nervous system here. Let's see here. What number is this? 31. 31. Ah, look at this. Listen to this, because you've got a card here, and it comes right out on lightning. Look, and I put it right on here. Control your anger, or you'll be sorry. And this is what it says. Green revitalizes your nervous system, heart, circulatory system, and liver, lowering blood pressure and releasing frustration and anger. Meditation and healing are enhanced by green, which also stimulates growth and is good for healing broken bones. Surround anyone who is unwell with green. Absorb green rays to revitalize your nervous system and heart. So you can wear green. Okay, so focus on flooding your nervous system with green rays of light. Direct the light throughout your whole spine before moving it into your heart. Then rotate this green light around your heart until you feel your heart expand. Relax and fill up with vitality. Say this. This is what it says here in the book. Divine intelligence, please release all the pressure and stress from my heart and nervous system and fill me up with your healing, revitalizing green light. Okay, well, that was cool. All right. So they want me to pull out, they want me to read this one, which is number 18. Let me get that ready. Hold on with that. 18. Invoke the light. Wow. Okay, there is an infinite, continuous, available source of luminous grace connected to your heart. The light has the capacity to provide all manner of assistance. To call upon it would be akin to going hungry when a feast is being offered. There is no such thing as asking too much from the spiritual realms. The beings of unconditional love that seek to assist humanity cannot do so unless invited. See this one here? I was saying, like, there's guides here that the light, they're waiting. You're just walking past them. You know, that's probably what's going on. You've probably been going to the doctor, like, you know, I think you're questioning everything. You're literally questioning, like, your sanity. Oh my God. Okay. There is no such thing as asking too much from the spiritual realms. The beings of unconditional love that seek to assist humanity cannot do so unless invited. That is the nature of free will. It is the nature of spiritual beings to shine graciously and provide blessings. To invoke their assistance allows for a mutual fulfillment of sacred purpose. For the light to support you, you must first invite it. The light can bring so much into your world that benefits you and others. Switch scarcity thinking for the joy of prosperity, consciousness, and watch the goodness of grace come to life. Okay, now they want me to bring out it's crystal or stone. I don't know. Some of my gods call them crystals. Some of my gods call them stones. I don't know who I'm dealing with today. But I think this is coming from one of your guides to bring this message to you. Grab the mic and speak your mind. I noticed a throat chakra card came up earlier too. Another blue one. Let your dreams talk to you. You could be being connected through your dreams. Okay, so what is it here that you want? Whoa, that came up fast. Whoosh. Amazonite. Trust your instincts. Okay, so if you get this this crystal here, this will help you. Okay, they want me just to read the thing here. Okay. Amazonite. It's natural to look outwards for guidance, but what if you didn't actually need anyone else's input to settle on the best path, solution, or burrito spot? Ammonite is here to ignite your inner decision-making warrior and gift you the courage to trust your own instincts. If you can quiet all that mental chatter and self-doubt, you'll probably find you already know the answer to some of the questions currently plaguing you. Sometimes it'll come as a whisper. Sometimes it'll be a shout. But if you tune in and listen, you're likely to hear something. Even if it's just the grumbling of your stomach or the ticking of your clock. The key is to face your truth, look at that, and be confident enough to stand in it. Say what needs to be said or do what needs to be done without waiting for anyone else to give you the green light. You've got this. Now, the thing is, too, I'm going to tell you something. You know, I know it's just here, it says that sometimes, you know, you get that shout, but I'm going to tell you something that when you're being connected through your guides, it's never in a loud way. It's always in like a soft, gentle way. You know, I mean, I guess if you're in danger or something, you might get, you know, a little bit of like yelling or something just because, you know, it's like a dangerous situation. But on average, if you're in a meditation and you're trying to find those answers, they'll come into you know what I mean? Like, it's not harsh. It won't be harsh. It won't, okay, I'm not going to say it won't be, okay. So, not so much that it won't be, like, loud, but it won't be, like, really persistent. Like, it won't be, like, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, now, do this. It won't be, like, pushing you to a degree that you're uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? That is when you know it's like a false guidance going on. Because your guides would not do that. They always do it in a gentle way. Always. So, I guess that's it. So I'm just going to leave this video. I'm going to close this reading just where it is because this is all I can, you know, get for you now. So with that, I'm going to wish you well. And, you know, you can, you know, like if you're really trying to tap into your spiritual, I have another small channel and it has more on like growing your spiritual self and understanding the universe more, which could be more of assistance to you. And it's called Divine Healing Oracle Channel, all in capital letters, separate words. And you know, there's quite a few videos there that you might resonate with and that might be able to help you, guide you. So with that, I'm going to send you all my love and light and hope this video finds you well. And good luck on your journey. Bye. Welcome in group 3. So you have chosen guilt. Okay, let's see here. So we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. All right. Let's see here. The Magician. Wow. You have the Ten of Swords. King of Swords and the Six of Cups. Hold on, I have a interruption. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, so here we have, well, with the Magician, I mean, you have a lot of talents and skills. The Magician also has a lot of manifesting abilities here. You're creative, resourceful. The Ten of Swords, though, is all about, you know, a lot of pain. And, you know, you've been, like, stabbed in the back. But it's also an opportunity to do a lot of great healing, like deep healing. And then you have the King of Swords, which is really awesome because the King of Swords is all about intelligence, logic, intuition, clear thinking, strong communicator, great leader, truth teller, brave, someone that's really courageous. And you see all these flying, you have the bat, you have the crow or the raven, I think it is. You have the dragonfly, you have an owl here. I mean, you have the sword, you know, well, because it's the King of Swords, duh. You know, I think you spend too much time in your head, though. And then you have the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups, this is all about wanting to connect with people from the past. It's, you know, all that nostalgia, right? It's, you know, maybe you're thinking about the things from your, you know, your childhood or, you know, pain from your childhood. You know, I think this has something to do with, you know, I think you think a lot about the themes that have gone on like through life with all this like stabbing in your back, like how the same thing seems to repeat itself. And I think it's stemming from your inner child because like your inner child is where we make all those assumptions about ourselves. And of course, our brains are so undeveloped at that stage that we never get the true picture of ourselves, you know what I mean? Because unless you have a parent that's going to model to you about how, you know, you're, you know, wonderful spiritual being, you're going to have like those deep-seated things that are going to try to control your adult view of yourself. You know what I mean? So I think you need to release some kind of guilt or something. And like get rid of like these residual feelings that you have. Yeah. I think you might need to forgive yourself too because, you know, because of the guilt here. You know, these old, when you go into these old nostalgic type ways of thinking, and it brings you back to all the pain and hurt that, you know, from people that have like stabbed you in the back or has mistreated you or, you know, these repeated type things that have gone on in your life. It's, I don't know what's triggering these because you know, like it's like you have guilt, but then you're like the Magician, then you have the Ten of Swords stabbing you in the back, but then you're like the King of Swords, but then you're back in the nostalgia. So something is triggering this. Something is triggering you. You got to figure out what's triggering you and try to fix that. Okay, Spirit. So what are we dealing with here? Where do you want to go? Well, that was quick. Disruption. Look at that. Disruption is the Tower. So something is causing this, triggering this. Oh, look, on the bottom is the Wheel of Destiny. Okay, so I think what, this is like a tarot deck. It's just done in a different way. It looks a positive move forward. Okay, so you want disruption over here. So whatever this disruption is, whatever this, so that's that Ten of Swords, right? With being stabbed in the back. But, you know, these disruptions, these tower moments that you're having that are, you know, this is where, this is what tells me, like, because you've been stabbed in the back so often, I think that you have to keep, like, reassembling yourself. You have to, like, constantly be picking yourself back up and putting yourself back together. You get back into this mode and then something happens and you're back into this. You're thinking about this and that's what's going on. But there's some kind of, this is fate. And you know, she got the Ten of Swords and then the Destiny, which is the wheel in this deck. The Wheel of Fortune, you know, that's also 10. This is what's brought you into being the King of Swords, though. All right. Let's see here. What else do you want here? Okay, so what's going on with this Ten of Swords? So like with where this comes out under the Magician here, so the disruption is what's giving you all this guilt. You got to get rid of the guilt. But the Magician, this is like fate, being a master manifester. Okay, so what's going on here with the Ten of Swords? All right, let's see. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. And then student on the bottom, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. I think that's what has happened here. You know, and then you have the miser here, which is entrepreneurial to creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. Okay. I think that's what's happened here, because I think you get into this, you know, you have yourself, like with the Magician and the King of Swords here, I think like all the times that you've been stabbed in the back, you've pulled yourself up out of the mud and you've been able to like reassemble yourself, get back into your destiny. But you keep repeating some kind of pattern here. Delights in the arts, having to be, without having to be a professional. Okay, so you have a lot of talents, because that's what this card's all about, is that you have a lot of talents. You have a lot of natural skills. You're creative. You're resourceful. And then you have student, which is humility and devotion to knowledge, openness, and lifelong learning. Because you're so intellectual, because, you know, the King of Swords, somebody that's very, you have a lot of intelligence, right? You're a strong communicator. Okay, so what does this person need to know here? Navigator of journey, steering, safe passage, welcome. I think maybe you're concerned it's going to happen again. You know, I think you're seeking a lot of solitude at this time too, because I see that, you know, you're at the top of this mountain just hanging out, and it's all you're with is nature and your guides. Yeah, look, and it comes out educator too, because you have the student and educator. Law and homeless is in reverse. Unemployment, solitude, hunger, bankruptcy, and wandering. I don't think that you're doing that, though. I mean, it could be. It came in reverse, but... mentor, guide, teacher. Well, that didn't help much. Okay. Okay, so what's going on with this Six of Cups here? Okay, this could be what you're thinking. I want to make you happy. I miss your smile because I think you need to let go of the past. I think you're spending too much time. You want to reconnect with people from the past. Is there anything else here? I need to tell you the truth. Okay. I need to tell you the truth. What is this? I'm holding on to the memories of us. Just like I said, you're getting yourself stuck into the past. Every time my phone rings, I hope it's you. Oh, God, Spirit. Okay, so what can this person do to help pull themselves out of this? I think healing that inner child, because I think whoever this person is, they're not your person. This is not your person. That's why these towers keep coming, because you don't know your worth. I think that's what it is. You don't know your worth. And until you learn your worth, you're going to keep attracting people that are going to stab you in the back. But Spirit, see all these guides around you? Spirit keeps causing these tower moments for you because you're not on the right path. They do it to redirect you. Because you're supposed to be, this is your fate here. So you might have some like really special talent that you're not doing. You know, you could be somebody that, I don't know, does construction for a living, but your heart's not in it. Maybe you're somebody that would prefer to be like, maybe you like working with your hands, but you would prefer to do, I don't know, pottery, or you would prefer to do carvings or something. You know what I mean? And then you'd be really successful with it. And, oh, this one pops out. It's okay to be misunderstood. Perception is not always based on the truth. This is what they're talking about, how like when we're kids and you know we view ourselves in a certain way because we're not given that, like, oh, the attaboy, or great job, little one, you know what I mean? Bottom, let it come forth, give yourself permission to feel it. Okay, so basically what they're saying here is, feel these emotions, but then let it go. See, there's a little red bird here too. It's never truly the end, beloved. In this, everything will be okay. Look, another bird. Practice freedom. Release the weight of judgment. Yeah, see, you have all this guilt. You're putting some kind of judgment onto yourself. They keep bringing out these birds for you too, so you might really, for all I know, you could carve birds. I keep thinking that you're some kind of woodworker, or you work with your hands in some way. I think you could have moved somewhere really isolated. But it'll bring you this freedom, though, getting out of this, these memories. Okay, is there anything else here? Let's see here. Whoa, what is this? It's on the bottom. Support from your guardian angels. Yeah, I think that's why you're seeing so many birds. And things are like falling off my table here. See, look, caution, guardian angel, protecting your heart. Balance, teacher guides. You know, and then they have educator here too. So I think you're walking like a tightrope here. You're trying to balance. You know, there's more birds. You know, and then I see how like, you know, see how this air's all like swirling around, and then you see that same thing going on here. Could be really windy where you are. You know, and the 26 breaks down to an 8, and then I see there's the affinity symbol here on the magician's hat. So I think that whatever goes around comes around. You know, you know, the guides are trying to caution you, though, with letting your heart open to whoever this individual is that has stabbed you in the back. I don't think your guides want you to entertain this person anymore. I feel like there's another card here. Okay, let's for another card here. And I see a lot of 6s on the and 10s. So higher self. It's on the bottom. Retrieval. Runner guides. I think that's what it is. I think you need to find your worth. There's something about your worth here. Oh, they wanted me to bring out a card for you too, and I forgot to bring that out. Okay, hold on. They want one of these for me to read to you in the end. Okay, so what card do you want me to read to them? I think they're going to pull out this card here. Normally they have me cut the deck, but... Oh, this one? Number 32. You know, I was just thinking about the number 5 here with the 14. You know, 5 is all about the change. You know, I noticed too, here you get number 26, and right here at the practice freedom, this balancing act here is, and practice freedom is both number 26. So you're having some repeated numbers going on here. So they're going to have me read that in a minute. Not right now, I guess. Okay, so what do you want here? Whoa. Grapes. Time to go and have fun. Yeah. I think you're spending too much time. You got to get yourself out of this energy. You got to do some inner child healing, I think. Kite. Go on vacation. There you go. Broken ring. Well, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Okay, so the guilt, so it's time to have fun. The kite is vacation for the magician, and the 10 of swords, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Okay, I'll just set that there for now. Okay, King of Swords, what do you want on that? Good grief. Rat, someone working against you behind your back. Just like I said, this 10 of Swords is about stabbing you in the back. Wreath, sorrow over a loss. Look, and that comes out on the 6 of Cups. And the grasshopper is situation in the balance that requires careful handling. And then you have the balance card here. Okay, so you're definitely being guided to balance these emotions, this person. But Spirit is like, this person's a rat. Seahorse, family matters. Yeah, and it comes out on this disruption here. My dog is snoring in the background. You probably hear little Quill. Get back to the basics. Get back to your destiny. See, and then the quilt's another feather. So there's a lot about the birds for you. Look at this. And on the bottom is haystack, karma. You will reap what you have sown. So, you've given nothing but good out, and that person's given out nothing but negativity. Well, that's what's going to come back to them. Weeping willow, family sorrow. Okay, so what's going on here with this? I'm holding on to memories of us. The well, family wishes come true. It won't be with this person, though, because if Spirit has already brought in this tower, it's to put you on a different... So I think that you're, this family, because it has like family matters here. And the seahorses, they don't mate for life. And the other thing, too, is that the male puts the eggs in the pouch and nurtures those eggs until they are hatched. So this tells me that you're a very nurturing type person. Could be why there's so many birds too, because birds, they tend to their nest, which is like their home. They incubate the eggs. They take good care of their young. They teach them what they need. Okay. Whoa, see that? Look at that. Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser in the end. That came out in the second reading, too. So did the weeping willow. You might resonate with the group 2. I mean, you might even have picked group 2 and group 3. But see, this is going to lead... See, that's what the leadership is going to put you into your higher self. A journey of self-discovery and healing is a long journey. It's not something that you can do overnight. Protection from a powerful friend. Could be what all the birds are about, because those are guides, right? Birds are considered guides. And beetle came out in the last one too. Good fortune. It's going to bring you good fortune, though. The stork. News of a birth of a business opportunity. Yeah, I mean, it could have been, you could have lost a business too. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I just randomly put it here on the... Okay, let's see what else is here. Is there anything else here that you want them to know? I think healing that inner child, though, finding those deep down wounds of knowing your worth. I mean, geez, you're a magician here. My God, like you're the King of Swords. The King of Swords is not meant to be playing with the rats. Jesus, card's like flipping and flopping all over the place. Look at his wealth, inheritance. What is this underneath? Gambling, yeah. Wealth. Is there anything else here? Inheritance. You know what? I think you might have spiritual inheritance. Yeah, you know what? I'm telling you right now that this Ten of Swords here, this broken ring, because this card came out here, executed or execution. I'm telling you, your guides, the universe, in fact, has brought in this tower moment. They have caused this disruption in your life to put you on a different path, because this person is not Whoever this was, parting of the ways, whoever this was is not your person. It was abuse of a relationship. Look, and you probably don't even realize it because it has news of a birth and a new business, and then here it's abuse. You were abused by this person. Loss of a loved one. Well, I just split the deck because I was looking at the bottom here. It says settler, because I was thinking about how you're like, I think you've isolated yourself or something, and it's about an indigenous person. But, and then there's death here. I mean, you could be indigenous too. In Canada, that's what we call the people that have been on the land before white man showed up, right? And underneath that, it has like a ritual sacrifice. I think you feel like you've been sacrificed a lot for you don't even probably know why, but it's not that you've been sacrificed. It's not that the universe is against you. But the death card here is the loss of a loved one here, because you have family matters right under it. Yeah, I think this person's just been there's a reason they've been removed from your life, because you keep running into abusive people. But I'm going to tell you something. If you're a spiritual person, yeah, look, and I just split it on Knight, which is defender. If you're a spiritual person, you're going to attract these low energies, because they're going to see your light. Even though starlight. Sorry, my dog is snoring like crazy over here. If you're a spiritual person, like, even though like that person might not be aware, their soul on an unconscious level recognizes your light. And that is where and what they're attracted to. You know what I'm saying? So because if you're a really highly spiritual person, you might find, I have another channel that is more about the universe and God and different deities or gods and goddesses and whatnot. You might find some videos there that might be helpful to you. Now let them come to you naturally, but the channel is called Divine Healing Oracle Channel. And it's just, again, it's a small channel. And that channel has a lot of, like spiritual type videos in it that you might find might be helpful to you. It's all the letters are in capital letters, if that might make it easier to find, because it's a small channel. I don't know if you probably might have to search for it a little bit, but it's on YouTube. Anyway, I guess that's all I have for you here. So we have number 32. So let's read that and see here. 32, restless for rebirth. Oh, no joke. That's basically what happens with the Tower card, is it causes you to, pull yourself all back together and go back into your Magician, go back into your King of Swords, or, okay, let's see here. You could be male or female, because, energy is just energy. Do you ever feel like you want something, but you cannot quite articulate what that something is? Those are the times when growth simply must happen. When you feel compelled toward an unknown future, restlessness, excitement, or anxiety may be part of your growth experience. Negative responses towards what is happening are not an accurate assessment of what is unfolding for you. They are an accurate indication of emotional distress. likely sourced from childhood, just like I was talking about, which requires a response of compassion rather than panic. In whatever ways work for you, connect with the source of spiritual light that you love the most. Relax into your comfort and assistance, into their comfort and assistance. You will know when to act, what to do, and when to let things unfold. Let your restlessness move you further along your inner journey without becoming impatient or forceful in your approach. As you grow, your outlook will become considerably more positive. No joke, Spirit. Wow. Okay, so that's all I have for you. I hope your healing is speedy and you're able to connect with all those guides. And I think that I'm sure that's why all you have all these winged creatures here. Okay, so with that, I'm going to send you all my love and light, and I'm going to bid you a good day, and bye, everyone.